You have your webinar topic, but how do you create a clever title so people get excited to sign up for your webinar? Watch this video on how to come up with your irresistible webinar topic. And for the best webinar and business advice, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video each and every week. If you're paralyzed on how to title your webinar, I've got you covered, because by the end of this video, you're gonna have a better understanding of how to create an irresistible title with just a few tweaks. I've talked about this topic so many times. I've even taught it to my high-end clients, and I've even written blog posts about it. Now, if you've somehow stumbled to this video first and you're watching it out of order, I want you to go to the description below and click on the Getting Started with Webinar series so that you can follow along in order. We're talking about the webinar title here. If you're interested in creating better headlines for your blog posts, social media posts, or sales page to promote your webinar, or just those pieces of content in general, then I want to invite you to watch this video here. Now, back to the titles. Once you have the topic, you can begin naming your webinar. If you haven't decided on your webinar topic yet, you can watch this video here, and you can even watch this video here. See, I got you covered. I said I had you covered. This is one of the most important aspects of having a successful webinar, because a strong title will literally compel your audience to want to register for your webinar, and they'll want to attend. Think about it. There's probably other entrepreneurs and business owners out there hosting the exact same topic as you. Your topic is something that your audience wants, and your title is what's going to draw them in. Think about a particular book or a particular course. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of books on the topic of dating, sex and relationships, entrepreneurship, personal finance, dog training, but it's the title of a particular book that is going to get it off the shelf and into your hands and to the checkout and swiping your credit card. So an irresistible topic for your webinar is great, but it's just that no one will ever hear about your webinar if the title of the webinar isn't compelling enough. Do you feel me? So here's the thing. People are attending your webinar because they want to achieve something. What if what they want is the very thing that your webinar promises to deliver? You've got a winning combination. And we'll talk about your big bold promise and the one thing you're promising on another video. But you don't need a super clever title. The best titles show your clients what they can solve, an urgent problem, or achieve a highly desirable result. And even if you add some curiosity to your title as a way to draw them in more, that's okay. But again, for starters, just keep it really simple. For example, how to get from 0 YouTube subscribers to over 100,000 within a year. Now, if you want to add a title that provokes a little more curiosity, you'll say, my #1 hack that grew my YouTube subscribers from 0 to over 100,000 within 1 year. Because now it's like, well, what's the hack? My 2 favorite kinds of titles are the how-to and the X number of steps. How-to is the most common and best way to start a title if you're unsure. And if you're feeling a little creative, you can try to add curiosity to hook your audience in. But again, keep it simple and test it out with your audience first. So here's a really simple script to create your webinar title, or any title for that matter. How to blank without blank. So how to get result without doing something your audience doesn't want to do. And I also want to mention to keep your titles result oriented and not process oriented. Make it about the result, either getting out of pain or problem or getting a desirable result. Now, here are a couple of upgrades you can add onto your title. 1, You can include a time frame, such as only 3 minutes a day and the next 30 days. For example, how to add 1,000 email subscribers in the next 30 days. 2, include a common objection, starting with even if or without doing this. So for example, how to lose 20 pounds in the next 30 days without dieting, or how to add 1,000 email subscribers in the next 30 days without paid traffic, or how to prepare the best Super Bowl meal even if you hate to cook. I mean, think about it. If you had to choose, okay, trivia. Okay, if you had to choose between 3 webinars, which one would you choose? A, how to lose 20 pounds quick. B, how to lose 20 pounds in the next 30 days. Or C, how to lose 20 pounds in the next 30 days without dieting. Okay, I'll wait. No, seriously, I'm just curious. What do you put in the description? Are you going to choose A, B, or C? Put it in the comments below. Or actually, you can even click on this poll that I'm going to put right here. It's either here or maybe it's here. It's somewhere. Now, I just shared the top 2 headline titles, but there's also the best kept secrets, a Q&A title, common mistakes to avoid titles, or little known secrets, just to name a few. But be easy on yourself and just pick the how to. Make it result oriented, something that they want, and add a time frame and or objection to what they want to avoid. Boom! At the end of the day, the main reason for doing webinars in the first place is to help you attract more people and to make more money with less work, right? Yes, you will also create exposure. Yes, you're going to inspire people and deliver amazing content. But the number one reason for doing a free webinar in the first place is to help people hire you or invest in your programs. That's what separates using webinars as a hobby or an employee training from corporate and doing it for profit. Now you know how to create a webinar title, but what happens after that? I want to talk about the biggest mistake I see people make when creating their webinars. So be sure to watch this video here. I've also written a comprehensive webinar workbook with actionable steps that will help you create and host your webinar in the next 30 days. Click the link in the description below. And if you're looking for a way to minimize your effort while maximizing your results, get the Webinar Jumpstart Bundle, because once you have this figured out, it's going to make creating your webinar a lot faster. And that link is also below. If you would like more one-on-one help, if you would like more one-on-one help with your headlines or getting started with webinars or automating different areas in your business or your topic, I have slots open and now accepting people to work with me for the day on a day of Voxer. You can check that out in, well, you know where to find it, in the details below. And if, and only if, you want more tips like this, then subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, show me some love, and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video each and every week.